Keep looking at the list there. There's the onion, the celery, eggs, seasoned salt, pepper, garlic powder, celery salt, Italian seasoning.
When we broke the bread, they were laid all over our table, our counters. Normally, that was the normal way we did things. Then what we did was take a cup of chopped onion. Not big, because nobody cares for big pieces of onion. We sprinkle it over the whole thing. We never put it all in one spot, because one spot's got all the onions, the other one doesn't.
You're supposed to start though.
Then we did the same thing with celery. We chopped up the celery, which, no bigger than that.
Hang on, let me get in there. Okay.
Because again, you didn't want to. One year I tried using the food processor, and Pappy was quite upset with the filling because he said it was more like mush than filling, because it was too done. Next, we normally put butter in, and usually we put one stick at a time. And normally you have, right now I have 2 in here, and you make sure it's melted. Never, never put it in the microwave. It never come out right on the microwave. Pep was always upset when it went in the microwave. And what we did is go around the whole thing. I'm going to set it back on the fire for just a little bit longer because it's got a couple that still need to melt. In the meantime, what I'll do is get ready for the next, because you use a pound of butter. You can use margarine, but we figure if we're going to do it on Thanksgiving, we're going to do butter. The seasonings are quite simple. Normally, we put seasoned salt in, approximately a half a teaspoon. Normally, I don't measure, but we will for you guys this time. And when you do it, you make sure, again, everything's sprinkled around. Then you put Italian seasoning. With Italian seasoning, we always used 1 teaspoon. And again, we sprinkled it around. Never put one thing in one spot because it stayed in one spot. A teaspoon of pepper. And again, shake it around. The garlic powder, 1/4 of a teaspoon of garlic powder. Any more than that, it overtakes the dressing.
Filling.
Or filling, as my husband always called it. And then the shockaroo of how many eggs we used. Again, I'm putting some more melted butter on it. Normally, we started out putting 8 eggs with the 4 loaves of bread. And next, I always took my jury off, because there's no other way to do it except to get your hands dirty. Because you can tell the texture by your hands. Finishing putting in the butter to have a little bit more to melt. Oh yes, it did get away from us sometimes. A little bit of the turkey broth that we add in. And I don't usually measure, it's measured by when we figure it out. I'm going to add 2 more eggs, that's a total of 10.
And you use chicken base this time in the pan, right?
Yes.
See, and about what? I'd say about a cup you got there left. So you use about 2 cups.
Yeah. When it gets to the consistency where you can start making a loaf, which it's getting close to, which this time I will use all the broth. Balls, and normally 350 for about an hour. And I always did the roasting pan with aluminum foil, add water after you put your fillings loaf on. A little bit of milk over the top to seal it. And basically it's a feel.
What texture are you going for?
Very, well, just
Kind of gummy?
little gummy. And then you wrap it. I'll put a little water in just 1 second. The second loaf is now completed. We wrap it. Now the final thing that I put in is I add water to the base so it does not burn on the bottom. And you just pour it in the pan. Set your oven for 350. And basically you just put enough water to cover the bottom of the pan. This is Pappy's filling. Goes in the oven. And we will enjoy when it's done.